Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video, I'm going to be introducing you to a brand new tool that we have available over at our website, blacksmithingblanks.com. Be sure to check that out through the link in the description down below. And I'll also be showing you how to put this great tool together. That tool in question, as you probably already surmised, is this Guillotine tool. This was originally designed by Uncle Buck's Forge, and we got the patterns off him to be able to take and produce these since he retired. So this here is a Guillotine tool that we'll be offering in flat pack format or a kit format that you basically weld together yourself. It takes roughly about half hour to an hour to assemble this whole thing really nice and end up with a really nice guillotine tool at the end of it, and all you really need is a few simple tools to do so. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about the guillotine tool and what you end up going to get in this actual flat pack kit. You will get one base piece, you will get two side pieces, you'll get two front pieces, two back pieces, and then you will also get a hardy stem itself, as well as one die that you have got to cut and shape to your own heart's content. You can make that die into a radius die, like a fuller. You can make it just a flat die. You could turn it into a swedging die. You could turn it into a butcher die if you would like to. Really, sky's the limit for you. Again, you have one die to do that. That is 7 inches long. First off, you want to lay out all your pieces. Then you want to actually get your tools rallied around one spot. I do find C-clamps and regular welding clamps are handy to take and have. I'll put some affiliate links to the type that I use down in the description as well if you want to go over there and pick those up on Amazon. Again, an affiliate link, so that goes to help the channel there. So it's good to have those. The next important thing you're going to want to have on hand is a piece of paper that we are actually going to be wrapping around the dies to ensure a clearance fit. A bit of tape, just some Scotch tape will work, or anything that you can secure the wrap around to give us our clearance fit. You'll also want some marking tools like a scribe and or a grease pencil, like a welder's grease pencil. A small square is also very helpful, and a tape measure if you feel the need for it. Everything's already pre-measured, and all you have to do is take and assemble it yourself. So first things first, to actually build the kit, you're going to want to get your die wrapped with your paper, and then you want to clamp your sides to that die while also inserting the back pieces. What this does is this helps clamp all that up nice and square and gives you the appropriate spacing and everything like that for when you actually weld it up. Now, when you first weld this thing, you just want to put tack welds on stuff. And there's some clearance fits around the corners that you'll see that I have a nice little radius on the corners of this so that you can fill that in with a little bit of weld. What you don't want to do is you do not want to weld on the interior of these back pieces where you're going to actually have the die slide up and down. Otherwise, you'll have to grind off the edges of your dies to make them fit in the lengthways, which you don't want to do. So all the welds stay out of what will eventually be the sleeves that hold your dies in place. So once you get that tack welded up, you're going to flip the whole piece over, and you're going to lay on the front pieces, get them aligned, and then you're going to go ahead and tack weld those up, and then you can finally fully weld them in after it's all been tacked up and ready to go. The next step that you're going to want to do is you're also going to want to, this is an optional for you. If you want to weld on a bar to the bottom of it and clamp it in the vise, some people like to use guillotine tools in the vise, you can do so. We do provide a 1-inch square hardy shank that can be welded on onto the bottom of the actual tool. So this way it'll fit most hardy holes out there for most anvil manufacturers. Now you can grind this down to make it fit your hardy hole, or you can add pieces to it if you need to make it larger to fit whatever size hardy hole you've got, or provide your own piece to fit appropriately. But it's my suggestion that you actually lay out the base in the center of it and drill a hole all the way through and plug weld on your hardy hole versus grinding versus welding on the bottom of it and then grinding away most of that weld in order to secure your hardy stem to the bottom. It's much nicer to drill a big hole through the bottom plate, and that way you can fill that up with weld and get a nice weld that way, and it keeps everything nice and flush and you don't have any grind work there. It is my suggestion when you do the hardy stem on the bottom that you get it aligned up nicely with some magnets, with some nice little tiny magnets. That's good to take and do. Get it all aligned up there, and then just give it a couple tacks on all four corners in order to hold the hardy shank squarely, and then you can grind those tacks off later on after you've got that plug weld established and the hardy shank is welded on through that means. So there you go. That's very quick. It's a very quick process to weld all this up. For the dies themselves, I like doing a 2/3 rule. I like to have 2/3 of the die up top and a third down in the bottom holder for the bottom die itself. You can adjust this for your own liking. I find that that's the handiest for me. By the time you pick the die up and you put it on your material, it seems to work out really well. So to do that on this 7-inch die, you want to move up from the bottom 2.5 inches and make a mark and cut it there, and then you shape your die however you'd like from there. Whether you put in a radius, grinding a radius on it to turn into a fuller die, or you're grinding it in two, turning it into a butcher die, or whatever it is that you choose to do. I go up 2.5 inches from one end of the bar, cut it in half there, and then you can clean and grind things up however you would like. And there you go. So that's the basic rundown of how you put this thing together. These are over at our website. Again, blacksmithingblanks.com. You can pick these up. The kit, the whole kit, everything that you see here, as of right now, the recording of this video in 2022 is $75 a kit. So be sure to check it out. It's really cheap. I'm happy to be able to produce this kind of product off of Uncle Buck's designs there at that price point, to be able to put this out there in the world, and it'd be hopefully a cheaper option for most folks that don't want to spend on somebody else building their own guillotine toolkit for them. There will be additional guillotine tools in the future, like a closed-in arch frame style guillotine that's just a little bit smaller than this one at a reduced cost. So be sure to keep in touch with Christ Center Ironworks here, and also our website, what we're doing over there. Subscribe to the newsletter, that sort of thing, and we update people about once a quarter on the new things that we have going on over at the website. So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will go out and get you some of these guillotine toolkits. Tell your friends, tell your buddies about it, that sort of deal. Thank you to all the channel members that make the content here possible, and all of our supporters that have been supporting us through purchasing all of our blacksmithing blanks and tooling and things like that. All of our channel members that make this stuff possible. Thank you all so much. We really couldn't do it without you. So without further ado, God bless, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.